Now, I've got prepared remarks, but I wrote them. I know what I'm talking about. No one else wrote them for me, so I don't necessarily have to follow them directly. But the first thing I want to say is that I thank everyone who has emailed me, called me, messaged me on social media to tell me that they support me. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your prayers. I truly appreciate you. I'm humbled by your support, and today I want to encourage you to keep faith that we are a stronger community when we come together to achieve common goals for our vibrant community. Yes? The second thing I want you to do, or I want to say to you, is you should never underestimate a library worker. And the fact that people would dismiss an information specialist is just proof positive that we are discounting education, which is something that we truly need. People to want to be informed and to be well informed, which is something that I absolutely have been on any decision that I have made while I've been on city council over the last year. Yes, I'm a Democrat, and while it may be fashionable to look at our divisions and morals when it comes to economic data, it needs to be more fashionable to set our differences aside based on party line and never put our party functions ahead of working together for what is going to make us a strong community. This has never been just about me. I am here to be a public servant. I'm not here to pass out money like we think Democrats do, like it's sandwiches at a picnic. We are also a party of fiscal responsibility, even though we might have differences of opinions about social safety nets. In fact, I understand that division has always been sowed in this community, and that is the thing that's keeping us away from being a stronger community. And I want you to think of any time in history where we have made things stronger by being a divided community. I doubt that you'll be able to find one. I'm sure today you thought I'd be out here defending my stance on Cross Bayou from last week, but I feel it's time for us to move forward as a community by telling the world right here, right now, that we are better than what we witnessed last Tuesday. I stand by my voting record, and I stand with my entire district, and any assertion to the contrary is disingenuous and categorically dishonest. We will not be manipulated by self-serving opportunists I'm starting over because it's a very good sentence. We will not be manipulated by self-serving opportunists because we all understand that we only move forward as a community that analyzes facts to make well-reasoned assessments. That is why you elected me, and I swore an oath to do exactly that. I welcome any fact-based, transparent, private enterprise to District B. There are many buildings in downtown that are eligible for restoration credits, and the state, thanks to the hard work of our legislative delegation for the state and the DDA. We welcome opportunities for private companies to renovate buildings in Caddo Heights, Stoner Hill, Ledbetter Heights, Highland, downtown, and Anderson Island, and Queensboro, and Cedar Grove. And we welcome opportunities to be neighbors in commerce and residence. I will be working with my council colleagues and the MPC to streamline our processes for business and creating a more welcoming environment for entrepreneurs. We have a thriving medical corridor with the potential to do so much more. Let's be a community that celebrates intellect as much as we celebrate our culture. Let's welcome scientists, tech entrepreneurs, and use our tax revenues to improve infrastructure in ways that will attract more jobs.
Yes.
Let's also reconsider our 2030 master plan and be realistic about how we have ignored our desire for growth patterns in the core to recover lost tax revenue that's moved outside of that area. What are we doing well, and how can we do better? Over the next week, I will be scheduling community meetings around my district, culminating in a town hall on March 14th, that's Saturday, at Shreveport. That happens to be Pi Day, P-I Day 3.14, because we're also going to be giving children an opportunity to explore technology and science and math, which is something that we should be looking forward to growing as a community. I look forward to visiting with all of my constituents through these meetings and having an in-depth review of any of the legislation that has passed, on my voting record, and anything that's moving forward, going forward into the future. My call to action is for members of a Think and Act team. I'm looking for engineering, energetic, data-driven business people and citizens who are ready to get brave and invest in Shreveport. It is time to take a risk on young, diverse entrepreneurs so that they can grow their dreams and their wealth in Shreveport. I know you're out there. We see you. You're not investing here, and it's time for you to get brave and step up. I'm also looking for developers that are ready to mentor entrepreneurs and ready to take a leap of faith in this city. I am looking for business and policy mavens and public policy interns to work with me to help right this ship. Our urban planning policy is more streamlined than it's ever been, but the processes are still clunky and obstructionist. Come work with me to make faster work of improving the way we interact with private enterprise so we won't have so much blood in the water and we'll rather have fertile opportunities. In addition to having those meetings around my district, I want to encourage all of you who care about Shreveport to come with me on the weekends and clean up the communities that don't see hope. Hope isn't going to be in a shiny new building over there when the streets and the infrastructure are crumbling in your backyard. Come with me and give hope back to citizens that don't see hope. Because if we want people to have hope, and if we want people to have energy and to apply for the few jobs that are here, we have to show them that we care and that they deserve safety on that side of I-49 as much as they do on this side of I-49. For my part, I have introduced legislation that will halt current boundaries so that our city does not spread itself any thinner. Through annexation, we have moved our dwindling population around and left blight behind when everyone's moved to shiny new buildings. It is time to go back and take care of the things that we have and not expand our land area and infrastructure. I'm taking this moment as the chair of the Council's Infrastructure and Planning Committee to engage the community and my colleagues in dialogue about cost-effective and progressive measures that can slow down erosion, minimize flooding, and decrease heat island effects. It is time for our city to recognize that the best way to reconcile our cultural divisions is through actions that bring pride and safety back to all of our neighborhoods. We are open for business opportunities in our core. It is time for us to build our local capacity, and we can't do that through division, and we won't do it by talking. It's time for us to agree that we will not succeed if we do not give hope to the most vulnerable in our community, and we will not do that by building shiny and new, far away from where they actually live. I feel like I've said enough. I could go on and on forever, but I thank you all for your support. I thank you all for being here right now. I will take questions from the press, just the press, and after that, I'll be happy to chat with any of you at Rhino, because it's about to be a little cold and silly out here, I think.
Councilwoman Fuller,
Jerry Miller.
those who are behind this recall effort have taken this beyond party politics, but also to race politics. What do you say about that and being put in the middle of that?
Listen, if you've got eyes, you see color, and we can all understand that discrimination is real, but the narrative here is that I am not a victim, and that we need to understand why they are trying to slander me instead of bringing more facts about their project. Who does that? Who places blame outside when they haven't done their homework? Don't we teach our children better than that? Don't we? Any other questions? All right, y'all, I'm gonna get my coat and I'm walking down to get myself a chai tea latte.
I had a question. Do you expect Councilman Bradford to reintroduce this resolution next week?
Nothing surprises me. We'll just see what happens.
I assume your vote won't change?
What would your mama tell you to do, John?
A lot of things. Hide behind Luke.
All right, y'all. I want some caffeine. If you have any other questions, I can speak to you over the side. All right. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you for your job. Oh, sorry. lady.
Thank you.
Hey, I got your whole speech.
He's got it too. Share it from my page.
Great